It's time for the College Hockey Show! And now here's your host, Jeremiah Maxwell, and the degenerate Bostonian, Mike Warino.
What's up, everybody?
Good.
Welcome to the College Hockey Show.
Everybody.
Yeah, this is episode 5001. I've done counting episodes, so we're good. We didn't get to come Tuesday because I was dealing with snow and Mike was dealing with snow. And that might be the rest of the year, I think, until you guys are, you think, Mike?
For sake of my paychecks, yeah, I hope but I do like the show. It's going to be, but we
might just have to do that. Okay. Let's talk about what we missed on Tuesday. Obviously, the biggest thing is this thing over my shoulder here. The BC Eagles win the Beanpot for the first time in 10 years. That was a big deal. We're only live on YouTube and Twitch. Sorry. Twitter's a dumpster fire for me at this point. I can't do anything with them. And then, lost all my followers. Yay. Great. Good. Awesome. And then, yeah, whatever. It is what it is. Okay. And Michigan State they're proving to be the number one team in the country.
Yeah.
So, they are the number one team according to the NPI after beating Michigan, and they won both games, correct?
Double check that. I thought it was a split. Everyone, again, I apologize. I actually did not get to watch the game I wanted to watch. No, the first one, Michigan won in overtime, and then Michigan State dolly-whopped.
Yeah. That's a pretty big win. So North Dakota looking good. The coaching change has really benefited them.
Oh my God!
Western Michigan is fourth, the defending national champions, and I'm going to rule them out anyway. Penn State fifth. I'm surprised. Like if they had a Big Ten bracket, I think it'd be tough for them to get out.
My surprise is Wisconsin moved up after losing Ohio State.
They lost one though, right?
They didn't lose Ohio State, lost to Notre Dame, but yeah, they lost one. I'm like,
they're 14th right now, though, dude. They're on the outside looking in. That's not good.
It's not good, but I'm just like, how you?
They got to win. They got to hope to win the Big Ten tournament at this point, because you know who is making it? Michigan, Michigan State, Penn State looks like they're probably going to make it. Although, I mean, Penn State's 18-8, and Wisconsin's 17-9-2. So I don't know. You count those overtime losses against them, I guess. I don't know. The NPI, I mean, look, again, I feel like the NPI does it right. Let's just do it 32 teams. Take the top 32. Yeah. Stop doing the thing, and we go over this every time, and I don't want to fucking beat that worse. Let's get into your Thursday news. You're up. You're 58-33 on the year in gambling. You're up 17.31 units from the last week's disaster. We talked about winning, and you got your goalie back for your team, even though you're a Boston area guy. You root for Michigan. It didn't make much of a difference for them.
No, and as a Michigan fan, very grateful.
I thought it was going to be out for the year, by the way. So
they just said long time, and it was what, a month?
But not that big a deal. Then must have not been a big injury.
Yeah, and I'm happy to see it. I mean, losing 6-3 to Michigan State is hard. It's your first game back in a month. So I'm just happy he's back, and that plain and simple.
Yeah.
So BC winning the Beanpot first time in 10 years. That was, in my mind, a pretty predictable thing.
Yeah, I mean,
you guys saw the Grinnell it up.
Yeah, I will say though, I do think BC will make the tournament this year. They're solid. I mean, it's them and Providence, right? They're the creme de la creme of Hockey East right now. Providence being much higher ranked, but I think that'll all sort itself out. Okay.
I'll say this for BC fans and a lot of Hockey East haters. Since Gasseau has returned, the original captain of BC to start the season, fun fact, BC's 3 captains this year all got hurt within the first month.
Yeah,
But since Gasseau has returned, the only C, they've climbed from 27 to 12.
Yeah. They didn't start well. We were talking about their coach being fired early in the year. But dude, Boston University is 13, 14, and 2. If that's a disappointing year, man. Like I would love
BU's come out and said, and I think that's rightfully so. But it's holy train wreck. But I agree with the BU saying right away, Pandolfo has at no risk of a job.
No, oh please God, no. He's an unbelievable coach. What is going on with fucking BU?
Lack of senior leadership, and I think it's because everyone leaves. Like Providence, a very young team, but everyone's very humble. Like there's only 6 guys drafted in that locker room. You go to BU, there's 22 guys drafted in that locker room, and they've got some guys that are undrafted because they're first round projections.
Yep, and they don't have any leadership on the team.
Plain and simple.
But I mean, they get Tylen Lawrence. They get all. Go ahead.
I hate to say it, I think the best thing for the Terriers, Cole Eiserman goes to the NHL. I think that kid's a head case. Super talented, like unreally good. Anyone who thinks that kid's bad's an idiot. But
yeah, he can put.
I think
the thing about him is he can put the puck in the net, and that sometimes is a skill in itself. Okay, let's talk about your Friday and Saturday key matchups in the Atlantic. You got Sacred Heart at Bentley. And you got Bentley up 5 points on RIT for first place. Bentley?
I highlight that one,
didn't they? And they
wins. So I beat Army. I highlight Bentley because someone has to win that division.
Yeah, they did
for the auto bid. So I highlight them always, and Bentley is running away with it. Many remember Bentley almost beat BC last year in an upset. This is the same conference that used to have AIC, who back-to-back years upset St. Cloud. They nearly beat my boys from Michigan one year. So watch out. I always say watch out for the Atlantic. For some reason, these guys know how to win. Air Force was a post away 6 years ago from making the Frozen Four. And they had to win 9 in a row to get to that point. So watch out for them. I always just say watch out, but it looks like Bentley's going to come out of the Atlantic this year.
Upperclassmen, too. You know that those are going to be in that mix. Okay, CCHA.
Yeah.
Bowling Green at Augustana, 22-17. And then Bemidji at Minnesota State. You like it in those?
I like Minnesota State in that one. They're number 16 right now. They're 3rd place in their conference. They understand how important these points are. They've been there. They've done that. We've all talked about Minnesota State a lot because they're there a lot. That's how it is. Augustana, new kids on the block. I like the Cinderella underdog story. So I'm definitely pulling for them. My fear is the fan in me is definitely coming out in Augustana. And I don't want to be like, oh, yeah, hammer Augustana this weekend, guys.
Green has got a decent record, too. I mean,
they're pretty good.
7-6.
They've got good wins. So, and they're knocking on the door, too. They're in 4th, and they're only 4 points out. So
Kevin, how's it going?
What's going on, guys? And, I mean, that conference has 4 teams between 13 and 20. So, they've got room to move up. I will say this. I want everyone to call my nonsense for the CCHA. I'm hardcore fanboying St. Thomas and Augustana. And when you guys, if I start going on a rant, call me out for being a fanboy. I will say that.
St. Thomas is going to, they're going to be interesting too, because they're sinking a lot of money into their hockey program. So
what's also cool about St. Thomas, them being at 13, if they were to win, this would be one of the rare years.
They're in Minnesota?
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
But like normally the rule of thumb is with the old pairwise, the now MPI, you got to be in the top 13. If they win the conference at 13, it almost gives an extra team a bid. So in that case, Wisconsin would sneak in.
Yeah.
Which something to keep an eye on.
I want Wisconsin in. That's a great hockey state. It's amazing to me. They don't even have like I don't understand how they don't like they support the Packers. They would support an NHL team. You have a baseball and a basketball team there. You don't have an NHL team, like, and I would put it in Green Bay or something. Don't put it in Milwaukee or put it in the college town. I don't know. Put it in Madison.
I was saying Madison. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So anyway, I know the NHL only wants to expand though, where hockey isn't huge. So like, you're gonna probably see another Arizona team, Atlanta, something, Texas maybe again. I mean, they have NHL there, so okay. Big Ten, Penn State at Michigan. So this is a really good test for Penn State.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't even talk about the Gavin McKenna thing. We kind of buried the lead. They dropped the charges against the kid because apparently, I mean, the story I read that was from verified media sources was this kid was like calling his mom a whore in the bar. They kicked the kid out. He waited for McKenna. And so like he was totally, what's the facts? They just were like, nah, we're not going to charge this kid, which is good news. Good news for him. Like this isn't a kid that was being, a drunk idiot. He was defending a family member and stuff. So that's good. Penn State could move on. Yeah. McKenna, he was at a rock and a hard place. This guy was asking to get his face punched. Sometimes you got to do the face punching. So
what? The guy still got $50K.
I like Michigan. I don't think Penn State has been all that good, but let's see. Michigan's going to be pissed. They come off losing to their rivals. And I think Penn State, Michigan is a pretty big rivalry in football. So now that hockey is, I don't see how it's any different. So
they're hyping up. And it's 2 versus 5. I mean, it's just a monster game or monster weekend.
This is the biggest game. If you
I like Penn State because Ivan's still coming back. He got 1 game under his belt. This will be game number 2. If Ivan was rolling in, not from an injury, I'm taking my boys in blue all day long.
Okay. Yeah, I
like Penn State in this one.
Yeah, I like Penn. I like Michigan. Michigan at home, they can't lose to Penn State here.
They're the better team.
Yeah, they can't.
No, they shouldn't.
Penn State is. We've said they're. I don't think they're as good as people thought they would be. McKenna is good. He's turning around. It's helped him. I honestly would say it wouldn't hurt him to play another year, but I know that won't be the case. But I just feel like they rush these kids sometimes. The NHL. Avi likes to split. Split could happen easily, but I mean Penn State just got worked over by Michigan State in that big stadium series and stuff. So I don't know, man. Okay. I hate to do this, guys, because this is going to be a shorter show today. You want to talk about Wisconsin, Ohio State before we move on?
Quick touch. I mean, Wisconsin, as we just said earlier, last team in most likely.
We have
Ohio
to win.
State's kind of getting hot. Yeah.
Ohio State's 10-15. They can't lose to Ohio State. This isn't the Ohio State.
No, but I mean, no, and that's a good point. Ohio State's women is
good.
Unreal.
They're very good. They compete for national championship.
Fantastic.
The Ohio State team is not there yet. They will be someday.
No, I will say Ohio State's moved up 7 rankings the last 2 weeks. They're at 28. If they keep winning, all of a sudden you're just like, what happened? But
yeah, I agree with Avi. The Badgers got to win this. They're the hockey school. This is nothing against Ohio State when it comes to hockey. I want to see them be good because their fan base.
I said they preseason, my sleeper Frozen 4. I thought they had a squad.
That's not looking good.
No, they're not even making the tournament. But
okay. All right, Hockey East, baby. So I'm on record. You're on record. I think Providence and BC both make it for Hockey East unless some miracle like Northeastern wins the tournament or something. Who do you like Northeastern at Providence? That's a big one there. I think Providence takes care of business, right?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. It was cool trying to check out the Northeastern team at Bentley. That being said, Providence at home, I really like it. And Northeastern hasn't done well on the road this year, which is kind of surprising. Usually very scrappy. Scrappy the Bean Pot.
But yeah. I would have liked to seen them make it. Actually, I was really disappointed they didn't make the final. I mean, I thought BU just their skill took over, is what it was. But it shows you how hard Northeastern can play. Lowell at Vermont, you're going to be at that game.
Yep. I mean, honestly, two of the worst teams in all of college hockey. I'm hopping in my car. Yep. Me, myself, and I'm a stadium chaser. Once I finish this, UConn will be my last Hockey East school. So if anyone's up at Burlington, Vermont this weekend, I'll buy you a beer. Give me a shout.
Get a Vermont jersey. We need a Catamounts jersey, man. Yeah.
I have a Martin St. Louis that'll be in display, and actually for tomorrow it should be arriving shortly. But I have Martin St. Louis and Timmy Thomas.
Nice. Those are good choices
for UVM jerseys.
Yeah, those are good.
I couldn't choose between the two. So
yeah, I mean, dude, you're a Bruins fan. You gotta be. You gotta go with Timmy Thomas, man. And the guy has had one of the most unreal playoffs ever. And then like Martin St. Louis is a legend. Okay. So. Any one of those Hockey East games you want to talk about besides the one you're at there? UConn, Maine. Both those teams.
For UConn, Maine, UConn at 15. So like I think if they win a couple more games, they can sneak into that 13 spot. Maybe they get some help.
They both got
absolutely must sweep.
Yeah, Avi, I don't disagree. Okay. NCHC, Arizona State at Western. Western is better than I thought they'd be coming off the dash, just because I thought they would lose some guys. Alex, they lost a few dudes there.
Yeah.
Bump and
their power play in the first month was dreadful. The Broncos, and they've turned the whole thing around. It's great, and I'm happy for that. So they're fighting for a 1 seed right now.
Yeah, and Arizona State is not as good as we expected them to be.
No, unfortunately not. I thought they were going to get hot again. They won a few games, but
I wish the Alaska could get into these conferences and not be independent. It sucks that they
So McMahon was talking about that. There was going to be like a realignment coming up in 28. And it was like Air Force would be in the NCHC. The Alaskas would jump in. And if they got enough teams with like Utah coming in, they would create a second Western Conference.
They need to expand the tournament.
They need 8 more teams, 13 more teams to expand 8 more spots. And, there's like 16 or 17 West Coast teams trying to get a team.
They don't, man.
So, I mean, this would solve all our problems.
Yeah, I mean, we're not going to see any of that till late 2030s, I think. So
I know. That's the unfortunate part.
Okay. I think the key matchup is Miami of Ohio. They're good this year. They're ranked 20th. They're 17-9. I could see them splitting this NODAC thing.
Yep.
The Miami of Ohio has had traditionally, I think they have a couple national championships, do they not?
They do indeed. They do. Then they lost to the Terriers and won as well. So they've got a very nice, healthy alum. It's nice to see them back.
Yeah. They need to be. This is the Ohio team that we should be watching out for. In my opinion. Yeah. That game is the most interesting one to me. I mean, Denver, they're probably going to make the tournament like they always do. But NODAC is really good, which they should always be. I mean, if they're not competing for a Frozen Four, I don't understand.
I will say Denver is at 11, and I'm like, you're 2 bad weekends away from getting bounced.
They could, but yeah, I don't think they will. They're just coached so well. Speaking of which, we're not going to talk about Anchorage at Lindenwood. Just humoring me because we talk a little UAA. Denver, your Friday bet is we're just short show today. I got people waiting on me for dinner, so I can't stay light tonight, man.
No worries. Yeah, Denver -1.5 is my pick this weekend. Simply being that they're the far superior team. I think year in and year out they have one of the best coaches in all of college hockey. I will say Quinnipiac as well. I normally say Jay Pandolfo at BU. But North Dakota new coach is going to be a guy I love.
But yeah, I mean, I would be a massive mistake to fire Pandolfo, in my opinion. So,
yeah,
and I don't think, like, we could get Colby on again. We can attempt. I don't think that there's any. Yeah, but
I was happy to hear it.
The team is really great, Avi. We thought Penn State would be way better. Michigan State is what we thought they would be. Michigan is better than I expected them to be. North Dakota should be this good. Minnesota is we were talking about BU. Minnesota's having an equally horrible freaking. They're 10-18. So, like, that's bad. I mean, BU's one game under 500. So, yep, Kevin, I will. Thank you. I appreciate you guys coming on. Again, Mike's bet is Denver -1.5 plus 105. So you expect at Omaha, you expect Denver to.
Yeah, I expect it to be on, and then the books are really saying it's going to be a blowout at only plus 105 for 1.5.
Yeah, that's
expect. Low. I would say get it tonight. Expect that to move to a -2.5 tomorrow. I'd still probably take that, but understand you need to win by 3 to have that one cash. And Omaha's goalie, the Tokfanen, I apologize if I pronounced that wrong, has had 9 games this year where he's made over 50 saves. So beating that team by 3, in my mind, that score is 2-0, and you pulled the goalie and you scored there for 3. But yeah, that's my bet. Again, not a lot posted. Watch out for more posts tomorrow night. I will try to get there. I will be driving.
I've been seeing your posts on TikTok and Twitter. Good job. So, keep it up.
Yeah, guys, I apologize for last weekend. I don't know what happened.
It is what it is. You gotta lose games, man. It's not a science. If it was a science, everybody would make money and no one would ever do this.
That's true.
Yeah. All right. I appreciate everybody. Sorry for the short show. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate you. Everybody have a good one. We'll see you, I guess, next Thursday, right? We're going to do this from now on. Probably the Tuesday show we're going to be a little hiatus on the Tuesday show till Mike gets a normal schedule again. So,
yeah, guys, it's plain and simple. There's some nights I got to work 40 hours in a row.
Yeah, you can't be doing that, but I got you. Be safe. All right, man. Everybody be out. Enjoy the weather. Hopefully you're getting good stuff, and it's supposed to get cold and miserable here again next week, so I'm really excited. All right. Appreciate everybody. Peace. See you later.
Thank you, guys. Have a good night.